Hello, this is my experience on 9/11, 2001. My name is Heidi Longoria. I'm Mason's grandmother, and I was driving to work on 9/11 from Citrus Heights to Sacramento and was listening to the radio station I always listened to, which was public television. And I heard a story that I thought could not be true. I thought it was maybe a story about a book or a movie because it was so unbelievable. They were talking about planes flying into skyscrapers, people on it who were trying to down a plane. They were planning to, I believe, go to the Pentagon. I could not believe it. And I went into work, and everybody at work was upset and scared. And I found out that what I heard was a true story. It wasn't a fiction. And uh, it turned into a very scary day. Different people were listening to their radios to kind of keep us all up to date what was happening. And anyway, you will find out the rest of the story.
There is more and more fire and smoke enveloping the very top of the building, and as fire crews are descending on this area, it does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks like a second plane.
7:59 a.m., September 11, 2001. A Boeing 767 passenger aircraft, Flight 11, bound for Los Angeles, leaves from Boston Logan International Airport. At 8:14 a.m., 15 minutes later, a second Boeing 767 leaves for Los Angeles. At 8:19 a.m., 20 minutes after its departure from Boston, flight attendants from Flight 11 inform ground control that the plane has been hijacked.
8:40 a.m. The Federal Aviation Administration FAA alerts North American Aerospace Defense Command NORAD's Northeast Defense Sector NEADS about the suspected hijacking of Flight 11. In response, NEADS scrambles two fighter planes located at Cape Cod's Otis Air National Guard Base to locate and tail Flight 11. They are not yet in the air when Flight 11 crashes into the North Tower.
I am originally from Cuba, and I left Cuba in 1991. Then I was living in Canada for a year, and then I came into the US in 1992. I was actually in a nearby town, not far from here, with my family and children, and a friend called on the phone saying, "Have you seen the news?" And I didn't have a TV at the time. So I said no, and then he told me about it. Then I went to his house and I watched the second towers. I watched the second towers as it was falling down, and it was a horrific experience. That anyone can actually cause those, any immigrant can provoke those things in the U.S. That one has to be very careful. I felt very unsafe, but also at the same time safe. I'm happy that I was in the U.S. But I also felt unsafe knowing that terrorists can do anything they want to in the U.S.
The attacks that occurred on September 11, 2001 would change the United States forever.
September 20, 2001, in a speech addressing Congress and the nation, Bush announces the war on terror, stating, "Our war on terror begins with Al-Qaeda, but it does not end there. It will not end until every terrorist group of global reach has been found, stopped, and defeated." This was a turning point in history, where President Bush declares war on terrorism.
This series of unfortunate events sparked mass hysteria and paranoia in the United States, leading many to wonder about their security and their safety and wondering what will happen next. It is times like this when you realize that the feelings and actions of paranoia are not new.
Paranoia is a sensation that never leaves the world. Two instances of mass paranoia in the past are the Salem witch trials and the Red Scare. One person who touched on both of these subjects was Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller's The Crucible was inspired by the McCarthy hearings in the 1950s, where Senator McCarthy would claim and accuse people for being a communist because of the fear they had of the potential rise of communism and anarchism. Similar to how Abigail Williams and the girls would accuse people for being involved with the devil and practicing witchcraft because they wanted to avoid the punishment. The Crucible was based off the Salem witch trials of 1692, where girls accused many men and women throughout the village of Salem, Massachusetts, of being a witch or warlock. This sparked paranoia throughout the village and other towns and villages across the surrounding areas. Many times, paranoia is sparked by something that is unknown. The people of Salem, as far as we know, may have never even met a real witch, but the fact that many were being accused caused the paranoia to flourish. The paranoia surrounding the 9/11 incident was instigated because of the unknown whereabouts of Al-Qaeda members and other terrorists. Not knowing their whereabouts made many citizens of the United States paranoid about their safety and whether or not they would be hit again by such an attack. Bush addresses the nation, declaring war and stating, "The United States of America will use all our resources to conquer this enemy. We will rally the world. We will be patient. We will be focused, and we will be steadfast in our determination. This battle will take time and resolve, but make no mistake about it, we will win." Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden says in a video statement, "What America is tasting now is only a copy of what we have tasted." What Osama bin Laden said meant that the job was not yet finished, and that, what was worse, no one knew whether or not they would attack again. The war on terror resulted in many airstrikes, assassinations, executions, and murder. Yet, most of the struggle was not on the battlefield, but in the hearts of the people who were in constant fear of their lives and awaiting the next movement in the great game of terror. This is the same struggle that the people of Salem, the blacklisted communist suspected people, and Arthur Miller himself faced. Proof that paranoia exists today, yesterday, and will for years to come.